Hey, what's going on? Welcome to week number 11 of the AI Agent of the Week series. This is Arvell Craig with Bot Builders. And yeah, we're almost done. This is 11 out of 12. If you haven't seen the other ones, please watch all the other ones just to get your juices running. So you understand a little bit about what agents are, what agents do. There's different types. There's agent workflows. There's persistent personal agents. There's agents that are in large language models, agents that are in desktop workspaces. There's agents and LLMs. There's a lot happening. There's almost so much happening that I'm kind of glad I'm done with this series because I just want to get to building more and doing more. But for those of you with questions or comments, make sure you reach out to me so I can help you out. But today we're going to do something a little different. Let me minimize my first window, go into here. So we're going to get into some content. If you don't know, if you're in Phoenix or you want to come to Phoenix, come to Scottsdale, we do have an AI conference coming up in a couple weeks, April 16th at night, but mainly 17, 18, and 19. We're going to be teaching AI agents and entrepreneurship, or AI for business owners, how to make money, how to grow your business in 2026 with AI. It's going to be a phenomenal event. We've got at least 500 people coming live in person. We have a lot of special speakers coming. We just announced Robert Kiyosaki, the one and only Rich Dad Poor Dad, will be here sharing, speaking, kind of doing a one-on-one with Matt Lights. But yeah, we just want you to come on, connect with us. Go to connectevent.com to register. If you know me personally and you want a discount, hit me a message. I can probably get you a special ticket. Other than that, while seats remain, please register. Please come, show up. You will not regret it. It's going to be a very practical, interactive conference. Yeah, that's that. But let's get into some content. One thing I want to mention is I mentioned there's a lot happening in AI, and the speed of change is happening faster than ever. Like the way AI is happening right now in Q1, Q2, 2026 is a lot faster than it was 6 months ago. Things are changing and it's changing fast. But the two main AI tools and resources that I'm spending most of my personal time and for the projects that we're running here at Bot Builders, I'm using Claude and I'm using OpenClaw. So just wanted to share that with you. I've talked about both of these in the past. I may do some bonus material next week on them and show you some updates of what I've been doing. Because I've got 3 or 4 different agent tools, but I am kind of trying to consolidate my focus and what I'm doing with these two tools. But again, reach out to me if you got specific questions, or just go back over the playlist of all our past agent trainings. Now, today I want to talk about types of agents. Because depending on what you're doing, if you're actually building stuff, if you're confused, hopefully this will give you some clarity. The way I learned about building out agents from a kind of operating system level, from a high level view where agents are learning on their own and they're feeding one another, and like how do you create a real robust infrastructure, because that's kind of the key. It's the infrastructure that you build, not just the tasks that they do. My team, we learned that agents work better when they're very narrow in scope, very focused at doing one thing really good. That is a safer, more consistent way to build agents than having one agent that's doing 3, 4, 5, 6 steps all at once. The memory, the context, easy to to hallucinate and lose context and lose focus. So I wanted to talk to you about these specific agents that I mainly focus on. There could be 10, 12, 15 types, but I want to highlight on like these top 3 to 5 agents. Okay. The first is the scout agent, and the scout, its main one job description is to research or to monitor or to scout, to look out, to pay attention at something. When I run morning brief agents that scout my email, they're looking at my email just to let me know what's happening, or looking at my calendar just to give me a meeting preparation, just give me an update on what's happening. It checks, some of them look at my CRM, some of them will go on the internet and research and find me relevant, specific information for content, for ideas. That's a scout. It's a very narrow, focused thing that goes out, looks at stuff, and brings the information in. Next, we have a process agent that receives information. Information comes to it. And when it receives that information, it does its own enrichment, analysis, repurposing, whatever, based upon the information that it receives. Okay? That's a process type of agent. And if you understand the type, when you're imagining what type of agent I need, you think of something, your workflow that you do at your job, or you think of someone else, a task that needs to be done, an SOP, you're going to realize there are multiple types of interactions. So you might want to use multiple types of agents. And if you make one agent type that does one thing, and then you make another agent type that does another thing, you combine those together, you can have a pretty robust system. Third type is a produce agent. It produces something that did not already exist. It makes something new. This is where you typically will think about AI: content, code, conversations, counsel. It's speaking images, words, video, audio. It's producing content. Okay? And again, in the context of what I showed you so far, I've got research agents. If you saw, like, my very first training on my very first Agent of the Week video was about my speaker agent suite, where I had one agent scouts to find out speaking opportunities. A second agent takes the opportunity and enriches, finds the contact information of the point person, meeting planner, email, phone, stuff like that. And then the produce agent would send out my email sequence to pitch me, or or just try to book a meeting with this speaker agent. So that is an example of how these three types of agents work together. So now let's get to the last two, which are a little bit advanced, but it's relevant because you're hearing about agent orchestration. You hear about one, like, master brain agent that's orchestrating or managing smaller or sub agents. They're spawning sub agents. So there's an orchestrator that is mainly for leadership and deploying other agents. And then lastly, there is the maintain agent, or like a documentation agent. It simply watches what other agents do, takes good notes, and kind of updates the knowledge base that all the agents use, so that this is like the maintain agent really helps you to have a compound intelligent system. Okay. You can think of it as, like, the orchestrator is like the leader delegating things, but it's also like the orchestrator, everything is connected to your knowledge base, your core, your cortex, your main brain. But then the documentation or the maintenance agent is going to be looking at what everybody's doing, and it's going to be updating the core documents so that the whole entire system gets smarter and smarter over time. Okay? So we got 5 different types of agents that do 5 different things, and you kind of have an idea of how they can work together. So I don't know if this is over your head or practical, if it's interesting, but if you really want an AI agent operating system, an infrastructure, you're going to want to have at least these 5 types. Okay. If you need help trying to put all this together, feel free to Google and search it out. If you just want to get it done, send me a message. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about your SOPs, your plays, and we can build out something like this for you. Especially if you're looking in more the sales, marketing, growth related areas of your business. That's kind of where we specialize. And other than that, hope I see you at Connect at our conference. And again, next week will be our last video of the AI Agent of the Week series. Thank you for your time and create a great day. Bye.